asking yourself some questions about how do you get your business started in the best way, and really, just learn some things about Mary Kay, whether it be about your image, attitude, coaching, booking, just some things that you're going to need to know. So I put together a packet of information that you should receive. You can get right on our website, or I may have emailed it to you, a packet of information for this next training. So we're going to go ahead and get started today, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. And for those of you that don't know me, a little bit about my Mary Kay journey. I did start my business back in 2005, in July of 2005. And at the time I had 4 girls that were aged 3 to 13. So I was a homeschool mom, and I can certainly understand being busy. And so that's where I was when Mary Kay found me. So I always called myself, I was a household executive. So anyway, long story short, after about a year and a half of my sister-in-law trying to get me to do a facial, I finally allowed her to facial me, and of course I fell in love with the Mary Kay products and just wanted my discount in the beginning. And then I read Mary Kay's autobiography, so if you've not read that yet, I really encourage you to do that. So I read her autobiography and I fell in love with her as a person, and of course I fell in love with the microdermabrasion product. For those of you who have tried it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, here I am many years later, still loving my business, and especially at that as a sales director, being able to help you now achieve your goals and dreams with your business. So I just want you guys to follow along with me with some of the handouts that I sent to you. But again, I just want to kind of go over some of the key things that I think are going to help you to stay organized in your business, with managing your money, with working with your hostesses. We may do a little segment here, and then I may continue another segment. So we'll see how it goes, but really wanted to just help you in the beginning. And you know what? Coming into Mary Kay, there's so much more to this business than just lipstick. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to help you in every arena of your life, not just in your business. So I want you to just know that you can apply these principles that we teach in every area of your life and have success. So that's pretty exciting to think about. You know, Mary Kay, when she started this business, she really wanted to create an opportunity that she thought would help women to just know their worth and get paid what they're worth. And so there are some philosophies that she put in place that she really felt that would help you to excel in your business and have great success. And you know what? This business really is 95% attitude, 5% skill. And it's true, because you know what? We can do everything right with the wrong attitude and succeed, but we can do everything right with the wrong attitude and fail. And so I would just encourage you, yes, in the beginning, you know what? You may not know everything, and that's okay, because you know what? As long as you're having fun and you're growing, your excitement, your passion, and your enthusiasm is what sells that product. And so I just want to encourage you, yes, you know, is there product knowledge involved? Yes, but as you grow and build your business, you're going to learn more as you go. But I would say your attitude is the most important thing in Mary Kay, because women want to know your heart, and they want to know that you care for them. And it's so true that women don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So the next thing I would say is just always be willing to be a good student. And, you know, it's always great to know that there's always somebody that's come before you in Mary Kay that's, you know, traveled the same road that you're traveling. So I would just say be willing to be a good student. Mary Kay always said, if you're teachable and you're willing to learn, you'll do great things in Mary Kay. So I just want to encourage you, always be willing to learn, because every great leader was once a great follower. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I want to encourage you to attend your success events, your unit events. Those are put in place for you to grow and to learn, and just to learn new ideas and to be there for each other. Mary Kay always said, when you've had a great week, the meeting needs you. When you've had a bad week, you need the meeting. And it's so true. So just remember that people will always disappoint you. It's no different in Mary Kay than it is in life. But just know that numbers never lie. So what does that mean? Basically what that means is that sometimes the people that you think that are going to be there to support you in your business, maybe they're the ones that say no in the beginning, and that's okay. They're just kind of looking and seeing what you're doing and just kind of watching everything. But here's the one thing I do know, is that the more you talk to people, the more numbers of people that you talk to, your chances go way up of getting those appointments booked. So don't start with 3 people and say, I asked 3 people and everyone said no. Just know right up front, people will disappoint you, but numbers never lie. And it's very true. Okay. The other thing I would really encourage you is just to know that you only want to take advice from people who are where you want to be. I always ask myself, would I want to trade places with them? And if they're not somebody that you would want to trade places with, I don't know that I would take advice from them. And to kind of elaborate that just a little bit further, if you were getting ready to open up a new restaurant in an area, or maybe you were going to open up, I don't know, a hair salon or a doctor's office or whatever it's going to be, whatever kind of business it might be, are you going to go to the most successful person in that field and ask them what they did to be successful? Or are you going to go to the person that just closed down their doors and are going out of business? You know, I think we can both answer the question to that, and it's going to be the person that has the greatest success. So I would really encourage you, don't go out and take a survey from women that maybe you don't know much about Mary Kay or have never been in the business before. If you've got questions, go to your recruiter, come to me, but only take advice from people who are where you want to be. And what I mean by that is that they have fruit on the tree, just in life in general, okay? The other thing I would just want to encourage you to remember is that you become like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And that is absolutely so true. And it's actually even a biblical concept, but I really want to encourage you to think about that. And the bad news in that might just be, you know, we are one of somebody else's 5. So I want to ask, you know, you, and I ask myself, when people leave my presence, do they feel better about themselves or worse? Same thing as, you know, when you're with other people, are they negative? Do they drag you down? Do they suck the life out of you? So I just want to encourage you, you know what, just protect your space. And sometimes we have to limit the time that we associate with people that maybe aren't good for our health, spiritually, emotionally, physically. And we want to be with those that are life-giving. I'm not saying that you write people off altogether. All I'm saying is sometimes you have to limit yourself to people that are just really being negative with you. So we do become like the 5 people that we're around the most. Mary Kay always built this business on the golden rule. And basically what that is do to others as you would have others do to you. And how does that apply in Mary Kay? A couple of ways. Number 1, we never want to take another consultant's customers. So if you come across somebody and they're very familiar with Mary Kay products, I would ask them, so who's your consultant? You know, a lot of times they're going to, you know, they'll tell you that. And if they are working with the consultant, we want to make sure that we always refer them back to their consultant. There's a couple exceptions to that rule, obviously. If they're a family member, your best friend, your closest neighbor, she's going to want to support you. And there are always exceptions to the rule. But for the most part, if somebody is being serviced by a customer or a consultant, we want to make sure that we refer them back, because you know what? You would want somebody to do that for you after you've taken time to build a relationship with somebody. And it goes the same thing with adding team members. We never want to recruit somebody that is that is a customer of somebody else. So that just makes sense. One of the things that Mary Kay believed in was just having a really professional image whenever we're representing the company. Now, obviously, you're an independent contractor, and there are no rules in Mary Kay. However, Mary Kay did find that there were some things that kind of set Mary Kay women apart. And when we promote ourselves professionally with a professional image, women will take notice. And I always ask myself before I walk out the door if I'm going to do an appointment, would I want to book an appointment with me? Will women know that I'm the beauty consultant at the appointment? So Mary Kay kind of put together a dress code that she felt was very easy and affordable, something that's not going to cost you a fortune. So at the consultant level, you know, even if you want to invest in one black skirt and a white top, it could be a sweater, a blouse, whatever. And you know, maybe you may even want to invest in the Mary Kay's beauty coat. It's a beautiful black beauty coat. It's like a smock, just like they wear at salons. You can wear that to all your appointments. It's a great way to just kind of be set apart. Women will know when they walk through those doors, she's the Mary Kay beauty consultant. She knows what she's doing. And when we portray that professional image, women will take you seriously, and they'll know that you're serious about your business. And just remember, you only have one chance to make a great first impression, and it only takes 7 seconds to make that first impression. So just remember, you know, that you always want to represent Mary Kay well. So we ask that for all of our Mary Kay events, the trainings, whether it's a photo shoot, and especially if we're going to a Mary Kay corporate event, always want to make sure that you're wearing, like I said, it could be either a professional dress, just something that you might wear to the office or to church, but just to keep it easy. And like I said, affordable black skirt, white top, and black heels would be great. Okay, the other thing is whenever we're doing guest events, sometimes I like to let my customers know how we're going to be dressed if I'm inviting them to come, just because I don't want them to feel underdressed. They can come however they're comfortable, but I always found that it's best to just let them know how we'll be dressed. That way they'll know and they can make a decision how they want to come dressed, okay? The next thing that I wanted to just talk to you guys about really quickly, and this is such an important part of your Mary Kay business. I think this is the most important part of your Mary Kay business, because I don't know about you, but most women don't want another job. They want to know that they can do something to make money, but also have fun. So I have to ask you, what was your reason for starting Mary Kay? Have you written that down yet? If you've not written that down, I want you to take a couple minutes, pause this video right now, and I want you to write down, why did you start your Mary Kay business? What was it? Was it the girlfriend time, flexibility, financial freedom? What is it? Is it that you need to, the extra money to pay some bills? And if it's extra money, how much extra money do you need for your family? So I wanted to take some time, if you want to look really quickly at the Dream Continues sheet that is in your packet. And I just want you to really visualize, there are so many ways that Mary Kay can reward you for your work and for a job well done. And you know what? We would be remiss if we didn't at least talk about the career pathway in Mary Kay and some ways that you can take advantage of promotions that the company offers you. I'm just going to talk about a couple of them here. You can look at this over at on your own time. But a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about are Consistency Court. And basically what that is just by placing an order every single month of $225 wholesale, you get recognized for that twice a year. You get recognized for that in January at our mid-year retreat, and then again at the end of the year with our national area. So, and then there's also Super Consistency Court. That is when you do $600 wholesale every single month. Again, you get recognition for that. And it just lets you know that you're working your business, and it's a great way to get rewarded and to get paid for in Mary Kay on that. Okay, the other thing that I want you guys to think about is that we have different courts in our national area. We have Area Court of Recruiting, and basically what that means is you're just sharing the opportunity with other women. And as you can see, the Area Court of Recruiting is that you've shared the business with 8 women in a year. And basically what that means is that they've come in as a qualified consultant to your team. When they got started and they signed their beauty agreement, it means that they've done $600 wholesale ordering with the company by the end of their second month. And that would be in one order. Okay, and then if you move on up that, the Area Court of Sales is when you do just $18,000 in retail sales from June 1, that's when our fiscal year starts, from July 1 through June 30th. So our fiscal year is July 1 through June 30th. So that's the Area Court of Sales. And again, at our year-end awards night, you get recognized for that. And just think about that. If you've sold $18,000 in Mary Kay product, you've made $9,000 for the year. And I can guarantee you, if you've added a couple of team members, you'll probably be at about a $10,000 income level per year. Could you get excited about that for part-time money? Maybe for just doing 1 to 2 appointments per week, because that's all it would take to make about $9,000 to $10,000 in a year. Okay? So then if you move on up, you'll see Company Court of Sharing, and that's when you've added 24 women to your team in a year. That's about 2 women that you've shared the business with per month. And that's when you start earning the company jewelry, and you get recognized on stage in front of about 10,000 women in Dallas, Texas. And oh my word, what an amazing night that is. It's like the Academy Awards, Miss America, Broadway, all wrapped up in one. And you get to wear the evening gown and be escorted out. It's just absolutely fantastic. And what an amazing experience. And then the Company Court of Sales is when you've sold it's actually $40,000 in a year, which averages to be about $3,600 or right around our $3,300 per month in retail sales. That's holding about 3 classes a week. And on $40,000 sales per year, you're making about $20,000. And again, could you get excited about an extra $20,000 a year? That's almost $2,000 a month, extra income in your pocket. And then of course, just really quickly, so that you understand how Mary Kay works, you can actually, it's really important to set some goals in the beginning when you're first getting started in Mary Kay. So I really want to encourage you during your very first month in Mary Kay to do a perfect start or a power start. I did give you some tracking sheets that are in your packet. And basically what that means is a perfect start is that I'm challenging you to go out and see 15 faces during your first 2 weeks in the business. That's really just 3 parties with 5 women, right? 3 parties with 5 women is 15 faces. When you do that, you actually earn the Power Start pin. So you're going to be able to earn the prize, and it's a great way to show women that you've reached that first goal in Mary Kay. And then the Power Start program is just you do that twice. So within your first month, you hold enough events that you've seen 30 faces. So that's really just 6 classes or 6 parties with 5 faces, or it's 5 parties with 6 faces. And if you want to do all 31 at a time, that is totally up to you. Sometimes it's easier to do small groups and gets that number faster. Why is that an important goal? Well, because it builds momentum in your business very quickly. So there is a little sheet in your packet, and it gives you a little place that you can write in that says that you have completed your first goal, and that's basically to go ahead and schedule, 5 to 8 classes during your first month in business. Just go ahead and fill that out as you schedule the women. Cut this coupon out and turn it into me for a prize. Again, I like to keep things fun. I think it's great to be rewarded for the effort that you do. So I just want you to think about that, okay? As you're out and you're seeing faces and you're getting experience and you're creating that momentum and now you're excited and you're passionate, well, guess what happens? Your friends want to start playing makeup with you. It is going to happen. So what you'll do then, as you're selling and you're growing your business, we talked about Star Consultant when you watched the welcome video. But you know what? When you're seeing 30 faces in 30 days, you are certainly going to build your business once again the next quarter up to the Star Consultant level. And as you can remember, you earn valuable prizes when you're a Star Consultant. And then, like I said, you're going to have women that are going to want to join your team. So when you add women to your team, for your first 1 to 4 team members, you earn a 4% commission or a love check at the end of the month from Mary Kay. So they're going to track everything that your consultants are selling for the month. Then at the end of the month, they're going to add that up and they're going to say, thank you so much, Susie, for growing Mary Kay and for working with other women. Thank you for doing that. We didn't have to. So we're going to give you an incentive. We're going to pay you 4% commission on that. And I think that's really exciting. So that's just like a team building bonus. The great thing is after you've added your 4th qualified team member, Mary Kay is now going to give you an additional $50 bonus every single time you introduce a new team member, somebody new to your team that is qualified. You're going to get that 4% commission, plus you're going to get an additional $50 one-time bonus every time you add a new team member after your 4th team member. So can you get excited about that? This is why, your goals are so important in Mary Kay. After that, that's basically called our red jacket level. When you add 1 or 2 team members, you're a senior consultant. When you add 3 or more, you're a red jacket. Once you've added 5 or more to your team, you are now a team leader. And this is a huge step of leadership. This is a great way to start really tripling your money and giving yourself a huge raise. At the red jacket level, remember I said you're making 4% commission. Now at the team leader position, you're making 9% or 13% based on what your personal level of activity is for the month. So when you have 5 or more team members, and let's say that you're doing $600 wholesale yourself per month, you're going to actually make 13% commission. So let's say you've got 5 team members, and let's say they did, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000 in wholesale ordering for the month. That's going to give you 13% of that on $4,000 in production for your team. That's over $500 commission check. So that's really neat to think about that. What a great way to make extra money just by sharing the opportunity. Then when you add 8 to your team, you become a future director. And you can also, when you've added 5 or more, you can also go on target for your car. That's really exciting. When you're a future director, you're still, again, working toward earning that free car in Mary Kay. You're also working toward that director level in Mary Kay, still making 9 or 13% based on your personal team members and your personal production. You're still getting a 50% or $50 team building bonus as well. However, you're just kind of moving up the career path. And then when you add 10 or more active team members with Mary Kay, you can become a DIQ. And basically that means director in qualification. So you can basically submit to the company and say, I'd like to be a leader with the company. And what happens is the company will start tracking you and your team. And then whoever your team adds to the team counts toward your qualification to become a sales director. And what happens with that is Mary Kay asks that you do $18,000 as a team, and you have 1 to 4 months to accomplish that. They also ask that you have 24 active team members. You must be a Star Consultant, which means that you've ordered at least $1,800 in wholesale ordering during your qualification period. And you have to have 10 or more new team members that are qualified with Mary Kay, which means that they've done at least $600 in ordering from the company during your qualification period. Now you might be saying, okay, well, why would I want to be a sales director? Well, let me just tell you how much your income changes from a director or director in qualification to a sales director. And do you have to become a sales director? Absolutely not. Can you remain a future director? Absolutely you can. But my thing is this. The only difference is that now you're doing a little bit more leading. You're still running your personal business, but you're also helping other women get started. And let me tell you why I love the opportunity of being a sales director. Mary Kay is now going to give you 9 or 13% unit commission, meaning your entire team, you make 9 or 13%. You also get a unit volume bonus or unit bonus. So whenever your unit does at least $5,000 in 1 month, you get a $500 bonus for that. If you do 6,000, you get a $600 bonus, $7,700 bonus, $10,000 a month, you get a $1,000 bonus. So just based on your unit production, they're going to give you a bonus for that. You also are going to get 9 or 13% on your personal team. So really, your personal team is also part of your unit. So you get paid twice now, twice on your personal team. That's how sales directors, if you add 13 and 13, that's how sales directors can make 26% on anybody that they share the business with personally. And again, that does not come out of that team member's commissions. They make 50% no matter what. Mary Kay is paying that out of their corporate profits to you for helping to grow the company. And that's amazing. They also do a quarterly bonus for sales directors. When you have star consultants, you get awarded for that. At the end of the year, there's a wellness bonus based on your yearly production. Mary Kay gives you $750, starts at $750 and goes all the way up to like $1,800 a year. It's a wellness bonus. They, because we don't obviously get health insurance through Mary Kay because we are independent contractors, they figure, you know what, maybe we could take that money and just put it aside for however makes us feel well. If it's putting it into a health savings account, we can do that. Or maybe it's just for us to feel well, it's take a vacation. Who knows what it is? We can use it however we want. We also get special gifts. We get awards, more extra prizes. We can earn trips as a sales director. You can earn a Chevy Equinox. You can also earn a BMW. You can, and also the ultimate, which is the pink Cadillac. So you know what the thing is that things don't stop there. But the other thing is, as a sales director, when you add someone to your team personally, remember I told you about that $50 team building bonus that you get whenever you add a new qualified team member? Well, as a sales director, that doubles to now you're getting $100 one-time bonus for every new team member that you add that's qualified, on top of all the other bonuses that I shared with you. So the great thing is to know that Mary Kay takes care of you so well at the leadership level, and then of course it just continues to go up from there. The next goal after sales director would become senior sales director. That's when you have help somebody else become a sales director. All the way up to national sales director. When you've helped enough other women be successful and be sales director, then you can become a national sales director and you can qualify for a retirement program. So that's pretty amazing. So if you're a national sales director, when you turn 65, you do have to retire with Mary Kay, but they will actually average out your best 3 years of your last 5 years with the company. And let's say you were making, I don't know, $20,000 or $30,000 a month as a national sales director. They will continue to pay you that income for the next 15 years. They'll pay you 65% of your best 3 years, the average of your last 3 years of those 5. So let's say you're making $20,000 average or $30,000 average, take 65% of that. They're going to continue to pay you that for the next 15 years. And if you pass away, you know what? They'll still pay that to your spouse and your family. So, you know what? I don't know any other company that has any kind of plan like that. That's pretty amazing. So I want you ladies to get excited about that. I know I took a lot of time with that particular area, but you know what? That is so super important. You have to know your why. So out of everything that I just shared with you with that information, do me a favor. I want you to go ahead and just, again, pause that little video really quickly, and I want you to write down what impressed you the most of what I just talked about. What could you get excited about? Could you get excited about an extra, team building bonus, commissions, being a sales director, earning a car? What is it? If your wildest Mary Kay dream, I want you to write that down right now, okay? Now, what I would tell you next is make sure that you set a goal and you want to have a deadline. I already shared some of those goals with you. It might be a perfect start, power start, red jacket, whatever it is. But Mary Kay had a formula to reach those goals and those dreams. And that formula is 3 plus 3 plus 3. Keep it really simple. Basically, that's $300 in new sales every week, 3 new bookings, and 3 interviews. And what that means is that you've just sat down with somebody, or you've talked with them over the phone, or you saw them at a party, and you shared the Mary Kay business opportunity. You gave them some facts about becoming a Mary Kay consultant. When you do that consistently every single week, you will have success in your business, and you will also reach those goals and dreams that you've written down. Okay? Just a couple more things I'm going to share with you in this segment, and then we'll move on in our next segment. But this one's going to be just getting your business started, getting your business set up. I put a sheet in your packet that says file, don't pile. It looks just like this. So I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but there are some key things on here that's going to help you get your business set up, started, and keep you organized. And that's really important. You want to be organized when you're working a business. So if you've not already made your names list, this is also important. Again, write all those people down that you know. If you've not listened to our welcome message yet about inventory decisions, you're going to want to do that. You want to get your business cards ordered if you don't have those. And Mary Kay Connections, MK Connections, has an awesome deal. You can get 100 business cards for about $20. You can also get your website set up that costs you $30 as a new consultant for your first year, and that pays the entire year. But your customers can go right to marykay.com, your personal website name, and they can order from you 24/7. Now the product still comes from you, but it gives them a convenience to order right online. And you can get all that information right on Mary Kay in Touch. It'll help you to set that up. You can select 5 zip codes that you want to service. And so when anybody goes in there and they type in your zip code, Mary Kay will look and see what consultants are in that area. And then they'll refer you, or they'll refer you out to those people that are looking for a consultant in your area. The other thing I would suggest is just have an office area in your home that you can use to set up. It doesn't have to be a whole room in the house. It could be a little table in the corner of a room. It could be your peninsula in your kitchen, a desk somewhere in another room, but just some place that you can set up your Mary Kay office. And you also want to think about having an answering machine message that's professional. Just basically say something like, hey, this is Susie with Mary Kay. I can't take your call right now. Please leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Just so that they know that you're with Mary Kay. I don't know about you, but sometimes if I've called people and it just says you have reached 555-2525. Sometimes I don't know if I've actually called, if I'm calling a business, I don't know that I've reached that business. So just leave a professional message on your answering machine. I always want to make sure you have paper and pencil by every phone in the house. I know a lot of us use our cell phones now, so I usually just give my cell phone number out to my clients. I don't usually give my home phone number out, just my cell phone. However, if you do still use the home phone, you want to make sure you have paper and pencil by each phone and just have somebody in the family. Just make sure if you have little ones at home or your husband, just let them know how you'd like for them to take a message for you. If you just want them to take a name and a phone number so that way you can return the call. Sometimes that's the easiest way rather than them trying to take the order for you. I would also encourage you to have a separate checking account through Mary Kay. That way you can track your monies and you know how much money is coming into your business and what's going out of your business. You definitely don't want that money mixed in with your household income. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to manage your money in just a little bit, but you do want to establish a separate checking account. And you also, if you're going to use a credit card for your Mary Kay business, you just want to make sure it's separate from your personal money. So you want to have a credit card that's set up solely for Mary Kay, and that's it, okay? That way, if there were anything that was, if you had any interest charges or anything like that, you'd be able to write that off. If you use it for anything other than Mary Kay, you would not be able to do that. Sometimes women like to get credit cards that have frequent flyer miles attached to them or cashback bonus awards. So there's some really great ways that you can make some extra money even from the credit card companies if you're smart and you use it wisely. You just want to make sure that you've done your first steps on Mary Kay. Like I said, ordered your business cards, website, set up your ProPay account. Very good and very important. And really the last thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is just customer service and time and money management. So really, I think I'd shared with you before, building your business, we are in a relationship business, and women want to know that they can be connected to you and that you're going to give them great service. So they really, when we can make women feel good and we can lift them up, and they're going to keep coming back to us. Women will buy the product because they like you. Honestly, they're going to fall in love. The product sells itself, but they will stay with you because they like you. And that's so important to remember. And we are number one in customer loyalty because I do think we have the best trained women with the best attitude. I always tell my customers that I'm going to see them 4 times a year. So that's important to write that down. So as I'm having an appointment with them, it's just like when you go get your hair done. I usually meet with them and I let them know, as the seasons change, our skin changes. So I'm going to want to meet with you 4 times a year. And sometimes you can actually go right ahead and set them up immediately, right at that appointment. Just say, okay, about 3 months from now, we're going to want to have a follow-up appointment. Now, if they're brand new and you've just done skincare with them, you want to set them back up within 2 to 3 weeks to do their glamour look. But if this is a regular customer of yours, just go ahead and put her right back in your book while you have her then and there for her checkup. Okay, and that way you can also check in with her to see what product she's going to be running low on in the next couple of months, okay? Always want to have them fill out the customer profile card. You guys got those in your kit. Looks just like this. So you want to get all those important information that you can get from them, so you have it. Also, I like to keep in touch with my customers for their birthday or their anniversary. I think it's really important. You know, I usually just order these from Vistaprint.com. You can also create your own, or you can go right to the store and just buy a pack of birthday cards and anniversary cards. But I like to tie my customers to them. And I just write a little note on the back, and I usually give them a little bit of a discount during their birthday month. And I just wish them a happy birthday, thank them for being my customer. But it's a great way. And let me tell you something, a lot of times, some of my customers are like, you know what, Susan, you're the only person that said happy birthday to me today or sent me a card. So they love that. Birthdays, anniversaries, it just gives you a reason to follow up with them. One of the things that Mary Kay does teach us is a strategy called 2 + 2 + 2. We had 3 + 3 + 3. This is 2 + 2 + 2. And basically what that is that we want to see, after somebody's purchased product from us, we want to follow up with them 2 days later. And I usually follow up with them right away with a thank you, some kind of a thank you card, or a thank you email, or a thank you e-card, thanking them for getting together with me and letting them know how much I appreciate them. And if it was a hostess, same thing. But then, so 2 days after they've purchased from you, you want to make sure that they've started using that product. I had a lady just recently, I called her up and she hadn't even taken it out of the packaging yet. So really important, we follow up 2 days later. They're going to have questions by them, and also we just want to make sure that they're using that product. The second 2 is 2 weeks later. Again, now that they've had a chance to start using the products, we want to see how it's working for them, if they have any questions, concerns, whatever, okay? And then the third 2 is 2 months later. We want to know by then they're going to start running low on their cleanser, so they're going to need to reorder from us, and also it might be time to start to introduce them to some new products. So a great strategy to think about, and you can actually put that right in Mary Kay in Touch. When you add their name under My Customers and you create an order for them, Mary Kay will ask you, do you want follow-up reminders? So you just click on yes, and it'll say a 2 + 2 + 2. So you say yes. And what happens is when it comes time to call them with those reminders, Mary Kay will put that under your action items for that day. It'll pop up and say you have, 5 customer action items to do or whatever. So it'll remind you. So that's really great. Another way that we can stay in touch with our customers is through our preferred customer mailing. This happens 4 times a year, and basically what we can do is register our customers to get the lookbook 4 times a year. It costs us 70 cents per customer, but it's so worth it. I can tell you right now, when you buy these catalogs from the company, they're going to cost you, what is it, like $3.50 for 10. So you're paying 35 cents for each catalog. And then you're probably spending about another $1, to just mail it. So you're doing it for half price, basically. And the cool thing is not only can you mail this out to your customer 4 times a year, Mary Kay will actually put a free sample in here for you, so they're going to be able to try the newest product, and that doesn't cost you anything extra. And they'll get a little note on the back, and it'll just say, dear, Sally, and then it'll just give them a little message, and then it'll have your name and your information to give to them. So that's a really great way to service your customers, keep your name in front of them. That way they know you're still in business. You tie them to you. And the great thing about the Preferred Customer Mailing Program is as you're entering your customers into My Customers on Mary Kay in Touch, you can actually add, those mailings only happen about 4 times a year. So basically what you want to do is just as you're getting new customers, if it's that preferred customer mailing time of the year, you'll know because Mary Kay will remind you. You can do them as you're entering your customers. You don't have to wait and just do one order. You can do, let's say you saw 5 customers this week and we're in that enrollment period. You can go in and just register those 5 customers. And then next week you can register the next 5 customers that you see. So it can be cumulative during that promotional period. And I'll be sure to let you guys know every time that enrollment is open for you to enlist your customers. So I really want you to take advantage of that. This program, the consultants that participate with preferred customer mailings, their sales are 30 to 40% higher than those that don't. Yes, there's a little bit of an investment involved in this, but it is so worth your time, and because of the return on the investment and you can select who you want. It doesn't have to be all your customers. It could be your best customers. And when you do preferred customer mailing, the benefit to you as the consultant as well is that every quarter when the products change, you can actually do an early consultant purchase offer and order 5 days earlier than the rest of the Mary Kay year when we launch new products. So that's another perk for you to be able to do that. Okay, well, I think that I have given you guys a ton of information, just some of your first steps in Mary Kay. And on my next segment that I record for you, we're going to talk about keeping your money straight, how to keep things filed for taxes, We're going to talk about all that kind of thing that's really going to help you to just keep things straight in your business. I know a lot of you probably have questions about tax write-offs and how to manage your money, and we're going to talk about that in the next segment. But I just really want to thank you, ladies, for taking your time to just kind of sit and listen to some of those first steps on how to get your business set up, started, building relationships with your customer, image and attitude. I know it's going to take you guys far. It's going to take you a long way. And just remember, again, you can take your business straight to the top in Mary Kay when you have a great attitude and you love what you do. I'm excited for you, and I can't wait to see you at our